Ah, okay, so what I am doing here? Well, this is Tony Mitra and this is the 1st of June, year 2020, and I'm going to read you a letter. I had written a letter to an email to all 88 members of the British Columbia Legislative Assembly as a warning. It was a warning note, and this was about this forced lockdown and destruction of British Columbian economy, way of life, social integrity framework, and our liberty, all for the benefit of a few foreign entities that wanted to take over control of the planet country by country on a fake fear, in my mind, of a fake virus generating a fake pandemic. None of this was important enough to ruin our economy, way of life, and sovereignty. So this was a note of warning because the Assembly, the British Columbian Legislative Assembly, was in effect disassembled, and the folks were getting fat checks sitting at home, playing the flute like Nero while British Columbia burned. So I had sent them a warning that they were acting like wanting to transform themselves from being a mediocre politician to a two-bit tin horn dictator. And then this was a warning because they were leaving no channel left for ordinary citizens and people to complain and to get them to get back to work and do something useful to prevent destruction of this land. I got a good response, considering it was an angry letter. I got a good response from one Liberal MP. His name was John Rustad. He's from Nachico Lakes, and he actually supported me. And I read that one out also. I read my original letter out in a video, and I read that response out in another video. And then I received yet another letter from another MLA, also BC Liberal, but not quite in the same tone. Obviously she was a little annoyed. It's a she. And she responded with a curt and more shorter response, and I'll read it out to you. Her name is Shirley Bond. She's an MLA from Prince George, Valemont. In the past, when Liberals were in power, she was an Attorney General of British Columbia. God help British Columbia if such persons are in charge of the law. She supports the lockdown, she supports the economic ruin, she supports what's going on, and she supports the Health Ministry of British Columbia doing whatever she's doing. And she was probably annoyed by me calling her trying to become a two-bit tin horn dictator. So here is her response. Good afternoon. This is to acknowledge the receipt of your email. I believe that British Columbia is in capable hands with our provincial health office of Dr. Henry, that's Bonnie Henry. British Columbians have worked hard to flatten the curve, and our outcome demonstrates that. We will continue to follow the advice of our healthcare professionals as we advocate and support a balanced and appropriate economic recovery plan. Sincerely, Bond, MLA, Prince George, Valemont. She is also the financial critic, being in the opposition. And if she is the financial critic, I would have encouraged her to at least get somebody, herself, the government of British Columbia or the federal government, to do a proper financial analysis. Leave the liberty alone if you do not understand it. Do a financial analysis on the extent of damage, being created now through this lockdown. As I understand, and as it was reiterated by the other MLA, John Rustad, nobody, not the British Columbian province, not any other province in Canada, nor the federal government has ever conducted a serious assessment of the extent of the damage. So that's anyway the letter from Miss Shirley Bond from Prince George, Valemount, and that's my talk for the day. Thank you.